This PC right behind me is already 6 years old. And by today's standard, hindi na siya considered as high-end. And yet, it's still here with me. Because somewhere along the way, this PC has taught me something very important. Especially if you ever ask yourself, do I really need to upgrade? Or am I just being held back? Or maybe I'm just chasing. Because this episode is not about the performance, it's not about an upgrade, it is about reaching a point where you stop chasing and start appreciating. Tara, pag-usapan natin. So ngayon, ang PC na to is no longer the center of my gaming life. Because for my daily gaming, nandyan ang ROG Xbox Ally X, while my weekend sit down, I go with my PS5. But this PC right here, it has a role that nothing else can ever replace. Dito ako nag-work, dito ako nag-stream, and this is where I edit my videos. At pag FPS games ang pinag-uusapan, with mouse and keyboard, it still feels like home. It might not be my first option for gaming, but when I need it, it's just right here. And for me, that matters. Let me take you back during pandemic. I got laid off from my office job. At ang hirap humanap ng company na willing mag-hire during that time. That's when I decide to build a PC. At first, not for gaming, but for remote work. It started as a budget build. Ryzen 3 3200G. Simple, practical, and pang-survive. This was also the first PC that I can truly call my own. Ito kasi yung panahon na ang mamahal na mga parts, ang hirap din naman ng stocks, at wala akong luxury to build my dream PC. So, I just worked with what I had. And at that time, it's already a win. And over time, nagbago rin naman ang needs ko. And gaming slowly became part of my life. Warzone, if you remember. And to play it properly, I really have to upgrade. So, from Ryzen 3 3200G, I went for Ryzen 7 1700X and then paired it with GTX 1070. So yes, and to be honest, I chased better specs back then. But looking back, that chasing led me to the next phase of what I really wanted to do. Because this upgrade didn't just make the Warzone run better. It gave me the headroom to stream, to edit, and eventually started my YouTube journey. And somewhere along the way, I started to care about the build itself. I like the Aorus brand, as you can see. And so gradually, siya ang naging direction ng build ko. Then became better cooling, and then aesthetics, and then customization. And then, this is where I realized, and to be honest, I'm already too deep back then. Then, eventually, the GTX started to feel like it was holding me back. Not because it was bad, but because I thought it was holding back my skill. So I let it go and grabbed an RTX 2060 Super. It was pre-owned, not the newest and not the most powerful, but it was the right GPU for me and is within my budget at that time. Then, the reality hits again. CPU bottleneck. And so again, I replaced the 1700X to a Ryzen 7 3700X. And that's when I realized something very fundamental. 0.5 KD pa rin ako. But honestly, that's where it clicks. This PC is not being upgraded to make me better at games. It was to be relevant in my life. Then, I did something crazy and scary. Water cooling. Just imagine the tubing, the liquid, and the risk. To be honest, hindi naman talaga kailangan eh. But, this is where I realized na hindi lang pala gaming ang hinahanap ko. It was the thrill of trial and error, the fear of what if, and the satisfaction of building and customizing something that you truly call your own. This PC right here is more than just a machine. It became my journey. And in a way, it reflects who I am. If you made it this far, I would like to say thank you for staying. And without further ado, let's proceed with the Q&A because these probably are the questions you have in mind. Is the PC still good today? Yes. Yes, it is. Can I play the newest games? Yes, I can. I can still play the newest game. Does the PC feel slow? No, not at all. So, bakit hindi ko siya ginagamit for gaming? Simple lang. Hindi ko naman kasi tumadala kahit saan eh. Try mo kaya ang bigat. No, I'm just joking aside na. But FPS games with mouse and keyboard, it still feel unmatched. But for single player games, I just really want that comfort and flexibility to pause and resume later. This is where my PS5 comforts me, and the ROG Xbox Ally X gave me that flexibility. But this PC right here, it supports everything else, and that's enough for me. Last but not the least, do I feel the need for a newest upgrade? Why not, diba? But to be honest, I would like to say no. Not because hindi ko afford ha, but because I don't need to. Because here's the truth, no? Before the RTX 50 series, nandyan ang 30 and 20 series. Before the OLED monitors, nandyan ang VA panel at IPS. Before the 240Hz, nandyan ang 144, 120, and even 60Hz. But those numbers, they don't really define how you game. They only define how your experience feels. And this PC right here still satisfies my work, my creativity, and my competitive gaming. And when a PC reaches that point, I believe this is where you stop chasing and start appreciating. Because I did. And there you have it. Ang 6-year-old PC ko is still holding up. Because I upgraded it with purpose. And this PC started my YouTube journey. It aged well with me. And today, it still earned its place, especially here. And maybe that's the real takeaway. You don't have to get the latest just to keep up. You only need the right tool to where you are in life. If this resonates with you, or probably you're sitting on an old PC wondering if it's still valid, you are not alone. Because at the end of the day, it is about enjoying the experience, finding what's works for you, and learn how to live with it. And if you like this episode, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. And maybe, just maybe, a subscribe. It will really help the channel. And before I let you go, just always remember, just keep playing, progress over perfection. I'll be seeing you to the next one. Paalam.